So we are going to be talking about social cognition and that one example that we talked about in the module for construals about the cereal boxes. So I'm going to be going over that and explaining it so you guys can understand it a little bit more. But let's talk about what social cognition is because it's really important before we actually go into the example of the cereal boxes. I want you guys to think about social cognition, right? Cognition means thinking. Social means people, right? That could include yourself and other people. So it's about thinking about other people and yourself, right? So that's what social cognition is. It's how we think about ourselves and other people, but it's also how we interpret, select information, and figure out what's important and what's not, and how we make decisions about that with the outside world. So I want to talk about that cereal box example. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen over here so you guys can see what I am talking about. And then, yeah, we'll talk about it. Okay, here it is. Okay, great. So we're talking about the cereal box shortcut, right? So if you read that part, how it relates to social cognition is that how that second part of it, right? How we interpret and select information that's important for us to remember. And we're going to get into that in a second. But I want you to consider this, right? If you've already done it, you're going to do it again. But, right? How we rely on all of these expectations, right? Where do these mental shortcuts come from? They come from social cognition, right? How we think about the outside world. Again, how we pick out, select, interpret information about the outside world, right? That becomes our mental shortcut. And that's how we make small decisions outside from anything, again, from important life decisions to just buying cereal at the store, right? So which of these do you think is healthier, right? The Lucky Charms or the Quaker Simply Granola? I was going to say ice cream. That's not ice cream, cereal, right? So which one of these? So most of you guys probably said the Simply Granola, right? That would probably be my guess as well. Just because Lucky Charms looks like it has a lot of sugar in it, right? So my main thing is that if I asked you, right, which one of these is healthier, usually in every single one of my classes, it's just like, okay, that's Simply Granola. Okay, cool. Why? Right? Why is it more healthier? And then they're just like, well, it looks more healthier. Okay, why does it look more healthier, right? Why is it that no one asks? Well, actually, I don't know because I need to check the nutrition facts, right? And if you check the nutrition facts, it says that 1 cup is around 140 calories, right? And then it says 2.5 cups around 260. So that is a difference, right? There's a big difference between the cups and serving size, but right, it's not even about the calories or the sugar. It's about how no one asked to see the nutrition facts, right? We didn't for once consider like, oh, actually, like I would need to see how much sugar is in both of them. I would need to see how many calories are in both of them, right? No one asked that. So what are these mental shortcuts that we're using? So we're going to talk about it, right? So for Lucky Charms, let's say my mental shortcut for one of them is that it's colorful, right? It's super colorful. It's advertised for kids, right? Has a unicorn on it, right? It's super colorful. It has marshmallows, right? That's my mental shortcut that usually something that is advertised for kids is unhealthy, right? It's more sugary. It's more so that they can enjoy it, right? It's a kid thing. That's the mental shortcut I used when I was buying the cereal box. I want you to take a look at the Quaker box as well. This one right here. What about it, right? What mental shortcut did I use to make myself think that that was healthy, right? That it looks very simple, refined, right? Look at the font on it. It's writing, it's very simple. It's Simply Granola. That's it. It tells you what it has. Oats, honey, raisins, almonds, all of those things we think are healthy, right? Versus look at the font of Lucky Charms. It's a little fun font, right? But this doesn't have a fun font. It's just Simply Granola. That's it, right? It has a picture of the granola. There's not much color, right? It's a very neutral, just like browns, that maroon color, and then black, right? That's it. So I want you to take that into account, right? That the advertisement for these two boxes, right, of a lot of color, right? Advertised for kids, the different font, the fun font, what's on it, right? There's marshmallows on it, there's a unicorn on it versus like this Simply Granola with almost nothing on it except for just the granola, right? And no, not a lot of colors. That's the mental shortcut we're using to basically decide what's healthy or not. Because when we go out, usually things are healthy. When things are healthy, they're a little bit boring, right? And when things look like this, right, they're usually unhealthy and advertised for kids. And we've just associated that things for kids are kind of unhealthy, right? Or they're going to be more sugary. So that's the mental shortcut I kind of wanted to point out when we're talking about cereal box shortcuts. And that is social cognition. That is an example of social cognition. So I kind of want to explain that. Hopefully that was easy to understand. Again, you will have a discussion forum question on this. So I hope that was easy to understand. If not, again, I am always open to questions. But let me know. I hope that was easy to understand.